guys? Happy Saturday. Welcome back. We are home from Kelowna. I didn't end up filming that second hike because it was a little bit more challenging. It was actually pretty slippery, so I didn't want to take my camera with us. And then also I wanted to have a hike and explore nature without videotaping it. So anyways, it was awesome. I would highly suggest it. So we are now back. I'm feeling pretty puffy from the week. There's a lot of extra sodium and sugar that I normally don't eat, and I didn't drink enough water. We started the week off at like 80-20, which is what I normally follow for my diet, and then it kind of turned to 60-40. So time to get back on track. Today we are going to be taking you through a day of food prep for the week. So not necessarily we, more so Marcus, because really he's the one who food preps. But either way, stick around. We're going to go downstairs and he is going to show you what we do for food prep. I ordered a bunch of food from Lean On Meals this week, so our food prep won't be as big as usual. I ordered some steak, some salmon, chicken, rice, pasta, and potatoes, and then a bunch of veggies on the side. So I have those for my dinners for the week. So Marcus will be prepping his food that he eats at work, and basically lunches for me. So let's go to the kitchen and see what he is cooking. Oh, and there is Miss Lola. Are you supervising Dad? Or are you just hoping he drops a bite? So we are starting off, what are we starting off with today? Rice. Going to make some carbs. So this is the rice that we are using right now. It's the Uncle Ben's whole grain Basmati rice, which is way better than just regular brown rice.
So you may or may not do the reduction method when you do rice, but I've learned something new recently, and that is the fingertip method. So you basically add enough water that it just barely goes over the line of your pinky. And it actually makes perfect rice every time.
Who taught you that?
Danny, the Asian, of course. Now to my favorite, sweet potatoes. I'm gonna put roughly about a tablespoon of salt in some cold water, and that will stuck in the bottom there. I'll let them soak in that, and that'll actually draw some moisture out so that they're a crispier sweet potato. You can cut them any way you want. I'm going to be cutting them into fries.
Hi, little conehead. Are you hoping to catch a bite? Maybe Dad will share with you.
Okay, we just finished cutting up the sweet potatoes into some nice fries over here. And now our rice just finished to simmer. A nice fluffy consistency to it. We'll let it stand for about 5 minutes to absorb the rest of the water to make a nicer rice. And then now we're going to come to the chicken and clean up the protein, the best part. Now that the sweet potatoes have soaked for about 20 minutes in some salt water to draw some water out of them, we're going to drain them, rinse them off, and then towel them off to dry. While we're waiting for our sweet potatoes to dry off over there, we're going to start and make our marinade for our chicken. We will be doing a diet-friendly sweet chili chicken. We'll start with some soy sauce. About 4 or 5 tablespoons. some garlic, about a teaspoon. And some garlic chili sauce, my favorite, about a tablespoon. After that, you can add whatever other hot sauces. I prefer a little bit more heat that you like. So I'll add some Frank's. And of course some sriracha. Mix that all together and let it sit for a few minutes to pull in some of the flavors. Okay, while our chicken is marinating, we're going to start by creating our meatballs. And because I get bored easily, I'm going to make two different kinds. I'm going to make an Italian base, and I'm going to make a traditional meatball, and then I'm going to do a sweet chili southern as well. We're going to start with our Italian one first. And what I have here is a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of basil, some balsamic vinegar, some sun-dried tomato and basil, infused olive oil, and a little bit of tomato sauce. So if you don't have the fresh herbs like I use, you can use dried ones. That's just a little, I like to use a little bit fresher ingredients if I can. So I'll be using roughly 2 packs of turkey, 0.5 of a kilogram, or roughly just over a pound. And what you will need is 1/3 cup of oatmeal blended up with some basically seasoning salt. So what we will do is we'll start with our dry ingredients. We'll enter oatmeal and seasoning salt. We will add 1 egg, or egg white if you prefer, just to hold the meat together. We will then add our wet ingredients, which is the oil and the spices that I mentioned earlier. A couple of shakes of Worcestershire sauce, however you say it. And this is preference. I like to add a little bit of fat. I add a teaspoon of coconut oil. Being through basically the 20 or 30 meatballs, there's not very much fat per meatball going in there. Now on to our southern sweet heat. Basic same base. We have a 1/3 cup of oats for every 2 packs of turkey. We have a tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, and also a teaspoon of a chipotle seasoning without salt of your choice. So, start by mixing some dry ingredients. 1 egg. A 1/4 cup of either grated or blended sweet potato to add some sweetness. Once again, your choice. Tablespoon coconut oil. Teaspoon of garlic. And of course, my favorite, a teaspoon of chili garlic sauce. And to finish it off, some Worcestershire sauce. We're going to just pull that all together. For between 20 and 30 minutes, depending on how well you like them done. I glaze them in a light oil and then have them seasoned and placed on parchment paper and trays. And we're ready to go. I glaze them with some chili, a little bit of oil, and a little bit of hot sauce so that when I throw them on the grill, it all burns off and it doesn't stick, and it makes a nice crust.
Marcus is prepping away. I'm just going to show you guys a couple of the things that we have weekly, but we don't actually have to prep. So eggs and egg whites, of course, are always in our fridge, as well as Greek yogurt, easy to have for snacks. That quinoa granola I told you guys about that I found at Winners. Refuel, always quick, easy way to get my protein in. We have nuts. Those are spiced cashews. That's Marcus's jam, not really mine. I prefer plain. Different types of rice cakes. These are just when I'm craving a sweet little treat, the chocolate chip caramel ones. I do prefer plain though, because I usually have them with rice cakes or with tuna, or something salty. So we have those little mini cans of flavored tuna. And then I also have the big ones in the pantry. We have whole grain wraps, Ezekiel bread, apples and bananas always. And then we have berries for our oats in the morning, shakes and so on. And then quick little on the go having protein bars. So if I'm rushing at the door or if Marcus is, we always have something to eat with us. So those are our weekly staples that we don't need to prep. So you may have noticed there's not a lot of veggie variety here. So Marcus doesn't really eat vegetables. Okay, that's bad to say. He sort of eats vegetables. Basically within like the last 2 years of us living together is when I got him to actually consume vegetables. So what we do for him throughout the day while he's at work, he makes a bunch of green smoothies using spinach, ginger, cinnamon, a bunch of different greens, green apples, lemon, and so on. Blends those up, puts them in these mason jars, and then he freezes them. So once he's ready to go to work, he takes it out the night before, lets it thaw out, and then drinks it at work. He prefers to drink these rather than eat vegetables. To each their own. It's better that he's getting some greens than none. And then at dinner time, we usually make fresh vegetables. So it's usually peppers, asparagus, that we grill up on the barbecue, and it's just that simple, and they're fresh because I cannot eat soggy vegetables for the life of me. As I said, my lean on meals are coming with veggies, and those are always cooked perfectly, so I love those. So I will have those vegetables for the week. Other than that, I like to make big salads for my veggies. They're great volume food. I fill up, I feel happy and full and good to go. So I mix 3 different types, usually spinach. Then I do that classic iceberg lettuce, and the only reason I do this, it doesn't really have a lot of nutritional value. I do it because it's super crunchy, so I like the texture in my salad. And then I get the spring or summer kale mix from Superstore. I don't use the dressing in here, as I said before, or if you guys watch my Snapchat, I make my own dressing with 2 parts vinegar, 1 part olive oil. I put some garlic, lemon, Parmesan cheese. If you want to add spices, you totally can. And then you can also add fresh grapefruit juice, which is awesome. So I always make my own salad dressing. I don't like really the taste of regular salad dressing. Plus it's filled with fat, calories, sugar, so on. Extra things that you may not need. And then the low fat versions are just not that great. So that's my salad dressing tip. Make your own, and this is basically all we do for food prep for veggies. So it's super easy. We spend most of our focus obviously on the protein and the carb prep of it. So things are getting pretty serious in the kitchen. The shirt is off. What you doing now?
So after you sear your meatballs in either the frying pan or on the barbecue, which I chose the barbecue, you're going to toss them in the oven at 350 for about 15-20 minutes to bake. And then you can finish them off with a roast for about 5 or 10 minutes so that they crisp on the top.
Are these ready to go?
They are.
Damn. Good, because I'm hungry.
What you doing, Tay?
Just snacking. Somebody's got to try it.
Like usual.
And there we have it, our turkey meatballs, sweet potato fries, chicken, more turkey meatballs, and rice. Tonight Marcus is gonna make some fresh quinoa crusted fish for us. We'll post that recipe eventually, and some burgers for him for the rest of the week. But that's it, that's all you need to be prepared. All right, food prep is done. You know what that means? It's time to eat, obviously. So I have 4 ounces of chicken and half a cup of the rice. Marcus has basically double everything that I have. We're gonna eat all the food and then go lift some weights. Meanwhile, we're still hoping and wishing and praying. I hope that you enjoyed mine and Marcus's food prep, mostly Marcus, obviously. That's basically what we do every week. Usually different types of protein, different carbs, but we make a huge batch, we portion it out as we go. I work from home, as most of you know, so I portion my food for every meal because I just find it easier like that, and I like to have it fresh. And Marcus portions his the night before for his, I think he brings like 5 meals or something to work, so he portions those out. Other than that, I will post all the recipes for you below so you can actually copy and paste them and save them and have them for your own meal prep. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe below, and we'll see you for more. Say bye. Say bye-bye, Scouty. Bye-bye.